What if I told you that K-pop demon hunters might be linked to an ancient legendary old tale about four guardians, and that maybe only with Jinu the demon world can be sealed once and for all? Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and I'm going to start by repeating some details about this theory that I once mentioned on a video, just to refresh your memory, okay? The theory is based on the idea that only with four hunters the Honmoon will be definitely sealed, and this connects with an ancient Asian tale about four sacred guardians. In many versions of the Chinese and Korean mythology, these four beings are responsible for protecting the cardinal points and keep balance between worlds. And look, the movie seems to play with this idea sometimes. The first hint we have about this is right at the beginning, in the scene where Rumi follows the blue tiger, you know? They slowly pass through a store with four mannequins. Three wear female clothes and one wearing male clothes. And the camera zooms in on this scene on purpose, like if the movie was telling us, look right there. This doesn't seem by chance, right? The second evidence we have that Jinu might be the fourth hunter is in that beautiful scene where Rumi starts to sing on the rooftops. It's a super light-hearted moment, almost magical, but there's a detail that many people missed. While they're walking, Jinu stepped directly on the Honmoon. And the funniest part, he doesn't suffer any negative effect from it. Actually, we can understand that Jinu influences the Honmoon in a positive way. It's just a visual thing that passes real quickly. But for those who catch all the hints, this shines more than glitter in a K-pop stage. And if we recall that the Honmoon reacts to people's emotions and intentions, maybe it is recognizing Jinu's powers, even though he doesn't know about that yet. And then we dive into another topic that the movie made very clear. Guima says in the beginning, I allowed you to keep that voice, which means that he had it before became a demon. Like this video if you didn't notice this detail. So Guima didn't give him his voice, just the opportunity to make a lot of money and have a better life. And his voice is just something Guima didn't took from him, just like his looks. According to the theory, Guima saw the boy's talent and realized that he didn't act right in that moment. Jinu would have met the hunters and they would have seen his potential, realizing that he was what they were missing to completely seal the Honmoon once and for all. Picture that. Jinu was in his tough situation with his family in need and anything, and even though he performed on streets, he wasn't successful. Then Guima heard him singing and thought to himself, this boy will give me trouble if I don't solve this right now. So he started to speak into his head, putting words in his mouth like the ones he says in the movie, you can't do anything for your family, or even phrases like, you'd be better alone, and I can help you get over that. This way, Guima made Jinu's head little by little until he convinced himself that it would be better to leave his family to live with comfort in the palace. But if that hadn't happened, some days later the hunters would visit his city singing and fighting, and they would ignite a flame in his heart to do something that he didn't even know he was capable of. They would be suspicious about him, but would acknowledge his talent that he sings about saving his mother and sister, and that would take the Honmoon shine golden. So the hunters would take him to sing with them and make him a guardian 400 years ago. Think about how awesome that would be. And there's a theory, someone comment here, that the golden Honmoon took too long to be formed because both worlds shouldn't be separated. They lived in harmony, coexisting peacefully until Guima started to demand human souls as sacrifice, breaking this balance. Now the rainbow Honmoon, the one we see at the end of the movie, was way easier to be constructed because it was born from acceptance. It was created through the union of both worlds, through a child that belongs in on both sides and that wished for harmony. That means the rainbow Honmoon is not made for resistance, but from reconciliation. That gotta be strong, right? Comment if that makes sense for you. Now, let me explain the legend of the four guardians. Chinese mythology says that four mighty animals act as guardians and Earth's four corners. The blue East Dragon, South Red Bird, White West Tiger, and Black North Turtle. And yes, it's from Chinese mythology, but it has a lot of influence in another Korean country's mythology, with things like balance and the power of nature. And the coolest part is we can connect each guardian with each hunter based on their individual characteristics. So start to link for those who look alike, and forgive me for mispronouncing some names, it's really hard for me, okay? So first, Zuki or Sugzaku is a red bird, which makes everyone thinks of a phoenix, although it isn't the same creature. He is responsible for the south, and it's symbol of luck, and it's related to summer and fire. So just by hearing that, I think about a hot-headed person, you know? And who's the one that loses its temper easily? That's right, it's Mira. She's the most explosive out of the three and always defends and full of attitude. It really suits her, doesn't it? Number 2 is Baihu. It is the god of the west and he's linked to autumn and meadow. He's considered a symbol of strength and braveness. The animal is usually sculpted into tombs entrances to protect the death of the evil spirits. Inside Korean mythology, the tiger alongside with the bear are part of the Korea's foundation and are considered sacred creatures, more powerful than dragons. As I said before, Rumi represents this animal, and the movie makes sure to show us this, like her derpy side when she wears the cat pajamas and her demon patterns that reminds a lot of the tiger stripes. I also like to think about the meaning that the tiger protects against evil spirits, which suits her hunter's role pretty well and Rumi's wish to do good. Number 3 is Xuanhu, or Genbu. It is the north creature representing winter and water, longevity and wisdom, and it images it's represented with a giant serpent around its body. According to some Chinese legends, the turtle possesses guessing powers. Its shell is a portal to the occult, where she sees the future. Having hold of the answers, the animal could come back to the real world and show what it saw through signals. And we don't have to think much about this one, right? Zoe is addicted to turtles and she shows that many times in the movie, like in her pajamas, in her Norwich, or in the hours of videos about turtles she says she watches when they go rest in the couch. I also think that between the three of them, she's the one that most suits the element of water, being a fluid that calm person while also being strong. Some people thought that Jinu represents the black turtle mostly because of his hair being black, and honestly this is the main argument in the original theory. Besides that, we can think that he has a connection with the underworld since he can come and go there freely, unlike the Huntrix. This seems like the turtle's powers of going inside its own shell, which means coming and going between interior and exterior, physical world and spiritual world. So yes, it makes sense, but at the same time, a lot of people, me included, rather fit Zoe in this spot, and she has a more introspective and rational side. Jinu, on the other hand, has a more mysterious vibe, something that fits the blue dragon, which is the most powerful being among four guardians. So even though the theory said that Jinu as the turtle would be a cool fit, I think he fits better as the dragon of the group. But comment down below which guardian most fits Jinu, the dragon or the turtle. Number 4 is Jinlong, or Seiryul, as the east creature and is related to spring. The dragon is considered the noblest among all creatures, and because of that, I define as the leader of the group. But remember that I said that in Korean mythology, tigers are more important than dragons, okay? This animal is known for its justice, kindness, and wealth. And we can think about Jinu when we remember that he made a deal with Guima seeking for wealth, and throughout the movie we see that he also has a sense of justice, and that he's still good, mostly at the end of the movie when he sacrifices himself for Rumi. So if this theory is correct, the sequel might bring giving us a turn of events that we were not expecting at all. Will Jinu become the fourth guardian, or it's just a coincidence? Hasta la vista!